The first stirrings of what would eventually become Southwestern Orange County versus the Flying Saucers came about in fall 2003. It was while we were in pre-production for Dark Exposures. We were toying with the idea of doing a mock newsreel that would document a saucer invasion of the Earth. Now, the primary reason of doing this would be to right the wrongs of Earth versus the Paper Airplanes, which is a film we had made 2 years prior. In June of 2004, while waiting in line for Men in Black Alien Attack at Universal Studios, we came up with the idea of flying saucers invading the Orlando attractions. Now, we had pitched this idea to Drew Lindo a couple days later on the set of Evasive Maneuvers, and he hated it so much that he convinced us to scrap the idea and not use it for anything. Now, luckily, we revisited this concept by just writing it down to hand in for a short script course in which we were supposed to come up with just 10 log lines. And it was received so well that we got excited about the project again and ended up writing the script in November, and then it was a done deal. We were on our way to making this movie. Although we intended to start production earlier, we had to wait until Automated Assets was done in January of 2005. At this point, we started doing the CG with the saucer mesh. Now, we were waiting for the Canon XL2, so there was very little that we could shoot. We did, however, shoot all the news footage in January and February. We also composited all the saucers and the explosions for this footage. And then we also shot the erectile dysfunction commercial, which was later replaced by Terror of the Hawkmen. Now, at the end of February, we tried putting together explosion and saucer shots using still photography. Now, virtually none of these ended up working. And we did, however, start working on the CG shot of the saucers coming through outer space. In early March, we finally got the XL2, so we shot the apartment scenes in Alejandro Kontorovsky's apartment.
Okay, so you're gonna have this Rubik's Cube, but it's completely solved, and this is like the more difficult one. And over there you have the simple one, which has been torn to bits. What does that say?
That's because he's conquered the simple one?
I don't know if anyone will actually get to see the books in the movie. If you look closely, on his desktop is a Word document titled Big Ganya.
Well, you're never going to see the desktop, though.
I must visit these spots here.
Well, those are all the places that he thinks it's possible for life to exist.
So naturally there must be a giant mass of something there.
You can't actually see the GL1 in the shot, can you? This scene was originally, in the original concept, you were going to get a rejection letter from the University of Central Florida, but that was before the whole chemistry internship thing, so that wouldn't work out in the story as it is now. And that just wouldn't be realistic. No. They accept anyone at this school. then bring a little bit of that, and make sure that I saw this coming when we're actually shooting it. And almost, I told you so.
It was all the way down.
To the low, okay, all the way down. Well, it's no tinker, but I think it's all right.
That'll make no difference. I don't think you should do it.
You don't think so?
Off. On. Alright,
God
do it then.
damn it!
Alright,
Look, I'm stepping on all these.
what, tacks or something?
Yes.
Okay. We're ready to.
I can only fake so much surprise.
We're ready to go. Okay.
You're not a machine. Is there anything playing on there?
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Was there supposed to be? I'm just confused.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, we're gonna have it playing.
I got the whole thing on tape. The disastrous first take. Try it now with shock. Now you knew it. You knew it all along. No, you have to have a smirk, a knowing smirk, and nod. No!
It progresses more into focusing on the implications of
Flying saucers are gonna enslave humanity.
And
Yes.
now the theme park that I worked at is going to be destroyed. Maybe I won't get my old job back. And now
Am I sad when I see the theme park being torn apart?
I think you are, because you wanna work in the theme park to better the theme park,
Okay.
the same way you want to better society.
Alright.
So
I actually have a suggestion for this scene. What if young man's older brother comes in and he walks in the door and says, "Hey, idiot," and then he knocks him over on the bed, he punches him a few times, then he steals his money and leaves.
Why don't you fight me back with science?
And then
And he steals his money and then grabs all the cookies and shoves them in his mouth and then leaves.
your cookies, science.
We're gonna do that.
Where's your science now?
I'm just gonna give you the eyes.
I'll fight you with science. You'll see. Physics.
I'm gonna give you the.
We have our lemon, pepper, and water in the thing that our mother uses for bleach. We have the jet dry in something our mother uses for something. And then we have some high C, and that little cup comes from Triaminic.
Just the right mix of notebooks and used textbooks. I think we may have something here.
Well, we decided to scrap the dolly out the window because the window would just be basically a blowout.
Now I guess we need a symbol for thermobaki and F.
Well, you should have.
T small b capital F maybe.
Yeah, sure. Give it some mass numbers and stuff. And it should have equations like all over the place too.
They're crappy markers.
Which is why the same dryer can be heard in the caveman's cave.
We shot the Pavilion of Tomorrow on the UCF campus. We stole this sandwich board from outside the engineering building. We did go to International Drive for a few shots. The Mercado.
Action. No, cut.
We shot the theme park head in our house.
Camera going into our VCR, going into this TV, and then this is actually a VHS tape.
What the hell were you thinking? Did it ever occur to you that mixing chemicals in the park restrooms is not a good way to boost park attendance? It'll take days to clean that hydroponic goo of yours out of the water fountains.
We ended up shooting the Pavilion of Tomorrow inside the computer science building at UCF.
Come in, Alejandro. Steal. Hey! The way you're gonna end up getting pulled back is this way.
We might even be able to use the same footage. And just take me running and put it in front of Justin getting the elevator.
That'll be expanded universe fiction.
Okay, alright.
Please.
Fan
How the saucermen actually save him from the ride, and he becomes one of them. Only to be destroyed by Alejandro's big machine at the end.
I'm about to capture behind-the-scenes photography as I act in the movie. I doubt this has ever been done before, so you will have a extra's eye view of the scene.
Wait a minute. That's no bush.
And then we set up the City of Tomorrow miniature in Diego and Alejandro's apartment.
Tomorrow. We're gonna get to play with all these toys afterwards, right?
You can't touch them. They're priceless! Like that thing. Well, that thing is actually This thing is priceless.
So then not much was done throughout the months of March and April because we were too busy working on Justin Later's House Rules, Diego Kontorovsky's The Opera of Johnny Goodboy, Matt London's Tinker, and of course our own adaptations of Matt London's epic novel The Guardians. We did manage to shoot a couple park guest shots, mostly in the campus area. And then we did shoot some extras while in Fort Lauderdale. We were also shooting background plates around Southwestern Orange County for saucer shots. In mid-April, our producer Jordan Roberts had got a popcorn machine, so we ended up using that at Pegasus Landing, UCF-affiliated housing, to shoot the weapons scene. We had created our weapon, and we had mounted it on the popcorn machine.
And here comes James. I should probably help him instead of watching him drop everything.
Go, Alejandro! Get the footage of them in the cooler. Don't take this. Is this gonna be okay?
We then had to take another break throughout May and June to work on A Wind to Shake the Stars. We did shoot more park guests.
Look up! I think we're gonna be all the way wide. What a surprise.
Now, I was mistaken. There's no celery in this, and there's no salt in it. What it is it's celery salt. Okay? I was mistaken. It's that root beer. That hot dog. I feel so... Ugh.
I'm keeping this name tag.
No, you're not. That's my Staples name tag.
No, you can't keep that.
Oh, a saucer!
And then while in Fort Lauderdale again, we shot the 4 children who were then used as park guests in the last scene.
When I say go, you're going to pout and cry.
Can you do that, you think? No? Well, we could try.
You could try.
Okay. Yes. Careful, Bryce.
Yeah.
What they enjoy, so good luck.
Thanks.
Is Tracy's husband and their dad and the other kids going to wait inside in the air conditioning? You can go look around in the gift shop if they're in there. Okay, let's do it because it's melting.
So, Robert, you okay?
In July, we were finally able to start working on Southwestern Orange County full-time. We did all the composites for the explosions using a lot of stock footage from detonation films, and we also did a lot of saucer shots. We reshot the scene after Alejandro gets fired in the back of a shopping center.
And I joke. You get it. They cut me off before the retirement fund would have kicked in. So now I got nothing.
And then we shot the parking lot scene at a Walmart around the campus area.
Here we, on the set of whatever the movie's called. I don't even know.
Something flying saucer or something.
We'll have you. I met you before. You were on. He was on the other. Yeah, he was on Planet of a Million. I remember.
Yeah, Sheldon.
Sheldon.
Yeah.
All right. Action. Christy. Alejandro. Once he goes down, once you see everything going down, just run in front.
We then filled in these shots by shooting the 2 of us various times, running in our front yard to then composite in. We continued grabbing a few shots around Southwestern Orange County, and then we started compositing the park guest scenes. We shot some blue screen extras.
You don't want to ruin your nearly flawless no arrest record.
Go.
Turn the head.
We were trying to make it look like it was a theme park. We also did the composite for the Pavilion of Tomorrow exterior, where we added a golf cart and the sign for the building, as well as replaced an image on a sandwich board. The City of Tomorrow scene was reshot in our garage, this time with a fog machine.
All is possible when living in the city of tomorrow.
Yeah, it looks a lot like the old one did.
What the hell is this and what are we doing right now?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It does say
hey,
Globex
can
City
you
of
read?
Tomorrow. Is the button okay? There it is. All right, that's good.
So Alejandro, who's your acting partner for this scene?
That pumpkin right over there. Hey James, come here.
Go find!
We ain't got no juice. You gotta believe me, Jimmy. Bob!
No one will believe you.
But they're my friends.
No, they've been working for me.
Whatever he's paying, I'll double it. We should have that guy in there.
Their payment is you, my dear boy.
The Ride Q video featuring Professor Frothblagen was also conceptualized and shot in July.
People who would say, "Oh, why don't you show the alien?"
Logic works with your imagination, not against it. Logic works with your imagination, not against it. Don't smile at me. By reversing the polarity of my techno-ray, we can successfully transmogrify.
But that's impossible, Professor Frothblagen. You're imagining things.
First off, it's blogging.
Blogging.
Second of all, I'm not imagining things.
In mid-July, we decided to reshoot the weapons scene. We did it at the Academic Village on the UCF campus. We constructed a new weapon that was based on Professor Frothblagen's techno-ray, which of course was mainly just a water gun with a silver thermos on the end of it.
Got it? All right. Let's take them out and see how they're doing.
We added a scene where Alejandro looks at a park map while backstage. Now, we had to create the park map for this. We had to name all the attractions, the shops, and the restaurants. And we ended up shooting this in the back of the marketplace on campus. At the end of July, we made the final decision to cut the scene where Alejandro looks up Thermobacking F on the search engine Schmoogle. And then we replaced that with the scene where he goes through all of his books and then discovers the popcorn. We went to Congo River Mini Golf on International Drive, where we shot a scene where Alejandro sneaks through the park. Now, they also happen to have live gators, so we shot them there as well. In August, we decided to add the missile scene, the mayor scene, and the Orange County Visitors Bureau scene. We were then able to complete all of the CG before the end of August for the missile scene. At this time, we were able to shoot the security booth scene on campus. We had no security booth, we also had no truck. And we also shot some park guests.
So we're gonna have you take 1.5 out of this. So this is 117. I'm glad you got out of it. This is onion.
James is putting on his mother's vest.
Is that one of her leisure vests?
The James name tag is broken. So we will both be Robert from Stamford, Connecticut.
And they are now changing together. Because you guys can't be in the same shot at the same time. Not because of technical reasons.
We tried. We really tried this time.
But because they only have one shirt.
Facing us. We're like here. So hot. That way we see the back of you.
So then at the end of August, after finishing the missile scene, we started on the final CG shots of the saucers in that weapon scene.
We have to document your existence. Death Askin, maintenance person number 1, reprising his role. Again.
We shot caution tape that was composited into many shots in the final scene, and we also shot an alligator holding a clock. We put together a cut that we showed to a few people for the first time, primarily for preview screening purposes. We reshot the Pavilion of Tomorrow interior against the green screen that we hung in our garage.
And this is going to slightly dull it to you. So this cart we found off Walmart property, and we didn't have to bring it back after we used it to capture sound, but we're gonna do it. And we're gonna be heralded as heroes by the Walmart staff.
They're going to put our pictures up. I need you to translate some things in English into Spanish for me. Okay. Alright. He's gonna call me back because he's on the last pick of his fantasy football draft. And watch your step onto the moving platform.
Next time you come by, see if you can bring back my
moving platform.
In the beginning of September, we started on the big track in the parade shot at the end, as well as the other big track that goes from the TVs to the popcorn machine. Now, the original version of that parade shot, although it was never fully completed, did fail miserably. The decision had been made that we would replace the erectile dysfunction commercial with a sci-fi B-movie. So Drew Lindo had written the Britt Rockledge scene, and we shot that near Pegasus Landing.
I hate commies.
Quick, let me go. You're hurting me.
Lana, damn it! Damn it, Lana, this is America! I've got to stop Dr. Kandra Law. Well, this entire...
You can't do it. Stop trying.
Take her back to the base. I'm going to find Dr. Kandra Law and see if his golden fist can talk for his mouth.
For the insert of the gauge, we had to do a composite where we put the meat thermometer, which is what it was, in the oven and then just put in the lever going down to 0. In mid-September, we finished the saucers for the final scene, and then we moved on for the CG environment for the Pavilion of Tomorrow interior. We shot more extras to fill in some more shots, and we also finished the CG Person Transporter 2000, which features many of our favorite past players from Dastoli Digital Films.
Waterford Lakes. Windy. I combed my hair before I came here, but now just...
Icon Ambassador. That's pretty noble. I mean, that's pretty high up. I'm enjoying the U.S., I guess, you know? But I'm going back there, right?
You'll eventually go back there, yes. So then you'll be paid in... What do they have in Hong Kong?
Yen.
Cactus theme park. So you're looking up...
So who are these people, Grant?
I don't know, they're just neighbors and stuff.
What are their names? You know their names?
I know one of the names. I think the blue one is Jenna. The Smurf looking one? Yeah.
We composited the caution tape in the final scene, and then we worked on the saucer crashing shot. In late September, we shot the mayor scene with Rich Grula and Pedro Sanchez in the Downtown Media Arts Center in downtown Orlando.
You want to wear the rodeo outfit for me?
Where'd that come from?
Because I know they were saying you do that show down there, right? And I was like, how freaky are they going to make this? You know, are you going to be in the rodeo outfit or something?
So James, you're going to have to open the door.
You see, as soon as I get a camera, I can't help you anymore. I'm suddenly the media. It's like, oh, you're drowning? Look at the camera, honey. That was a short we saw at the Florida Film Festival last year.
She's just going to tell me that I can't do a bunch of things?
At this time, we finished compositing the security booth as well as the truck, which we had shot on our way to campus. We then reshot the theme park head scene in the same location, actually. We just dressed it to look more like an office.
Run out and get some bleach in the back of the car. Oh, and then lock my car.
Lock?
Signing the deal for the Tokyo park.
Play.
What the hell were you thinking? Did it ever occur to you that mixing chemicals in the park restrooms is not a good way to boost park attendance?
The circle is now complete as Diego was...
And then in our garage, we shot Alejandro in the back of the truck.
Go. Don't worry about it, just the camera.
Now we had to fake a shot that was necessary for a festival deadline, where the theme park head initiates the park defense systems. This is necessary to fill a plot hole.
Initiate park defense systems.
Now for this we also had to quickly throw together a shot of an OCC panel. We used a stereo in our house for this, and we had to shoot a miniature truck. Another version of the parade shot was also done for this cut. During this time, we were re-rendering a few of the saucer shots with higher resolution textures, especially at the end. We split the big track from the ride cue to the weapon into 2 separate shots, and then we added water spraying from the water fountain. We also added a truck with animatronic figures driving past in the security booth scene.
I don't usually wear these, like, no, I had LASIK done, so I don't need an eye patch anymore.
In mid-October, the press conference scene was shot at the UCF Teaching Academy with Paul Sanders, and then later that night, the Orange County Visitors Bureau scene was shot in the UCF Student Union.
Please, I have no comment at this time about the park defense system.
Yes, the box, the tourist box. They are here. And we are here. This is the Ferris wheel. Okay. And the elf's castle.
Now, inside here is a laser cannon. And over behind here is the rocket launcher. Ideally, they should take out the flying saucers in one fell swoop. Action! In this time of crisis,
I'll show them. We'll show them all.
Face under very hard light. It's broken over. Yeah, it was.
Anymore, it didn't.
Don't worry about it.
I'm Jay. I'm Chris. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
We won the wheels.
In this time of crisis, the Orange County Convention Center is going to go down in a fireball from hell.
We tried a miniature trolley for the parade shot, but that didn't work. On the set of our own gangster movie on the UCF soundstage, we finally shot the OCC panel insert. We then did the composite for the popcorn machine that pans over to the weapon. We had to send off another incomplete cut to a festival that had a late October deadline, and most notably about this one, aside from obviously missing some music, the last shot had a train wiping across the screen to cover up a big scene. On the set of Justin Lader's Rosenthal Lives On, we finally shot the truck driving towards camera. In November, we finished up the final park guest shots, and we also shot balloons that appear in a park guest shot as well as a big wipe in the last shot of the movie. Sean Beeson and Dan Rogers finished up the music, and then we finished up the final mix, completing the film on November 18th, 2005.